Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a beautiful day here in the Buckhead community of Atlanta. Let's go, let's go, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. We are live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice and let's be glad in it. It's Friday. It's Friday, and good afternoon. For those of you that are coming on, please, I need you to do me a few favors. First of all, I need you to hit the like button. I need you to hit the share button. I need you to tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know that Ramonepreston, the squad, we are live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. Today is Friday, July the 29th, 2022. And I'm super excited about all of the amazing things that God is doing in the lives of his people. So hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody, let them know we're live. And if you would be so kind, please put in the comments what city you're watching us from today. Whatever city it is that you're watching us from today, just put it in the comments. I would definitely appreciate it. Also, I want to make sure that if you haven't already, that you subscribe to my YouTube page. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we have about 7,400, a little more than 7,400, and we want to get to 10,000. I really appreciate all of you that support the Ramonepreston Show, all of you that continue to participate in the things that we're doing on social media. We get so many great responses from people from all over the United States, even people from other parts of the world. And so I'm extremely proud of that. I'm humbled, I'm honored, I'm grateful, and I'm excited because I know what we share with you are things that could really help you change and transform every area of your life, more specifically the economic area of your life. So please hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody, put in the comments what city you're watching us from. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube page. Your subscriptions mean everything to us. So good afternoon. Welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. Just in case you don't know, now you know. My name is Ramonepreston. I am the host of the Ramonepreston Show. And every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, guess what I do? I take at least an hour of my busy day. I mean, I got a lot that I do, okay? And I take an hour out of my day around 12 o'clock noon Eastern to come here in our studio and to go live to share information with you that I know can be used by you to help you start, structure, and scale any business, any ministry, any income stream, and any wealth building dream. Now, you may ask, what qualifies you, Ramonepreston, to share information with me that can help me start, structure, and scale whatever it is that I'm doing? Well, what qualifies me is because for the past 19 years, my wife and I have been full-time ministry leaders and full-time entrepreneurs. We haven't been full-time business owners the whole 19 years, but we've been full-time entrepreneurs. What that means is every day for the past 19 years, my wife and I we woke up and we got out here in the marketplace and we built a for-profit organizational enterprise as well as a non-profit organization, and we have been able to successfully build it and sustain it within these last 19 years. As a matter of fact, the principles that we teach in business and finance are principles that have helped me go from hood figure to 7 figures. And I truly believe that as long as I continue to do the things that I'm doing, one day our organization will be a 10-figure. That's $1 billion organization. But for now, what we have proven is that we can create a 7-figure business. So anything that's between 1 million and 9 million is going to be considered a 7-figure business. And so once we get to 10 million, we will be talking about 8 figures. When we get to 100 million, we'll be talking about 9. And when we get to 1 billion, we'll be talking about 10. So that's what qualifies me, because proof is in the pudding. And I don't share anything with you on this show that I haven't proven in my own life. So what I share with you, the principles and the concepts for starting and structuring holding companies. I have started and structured hundreds of holding companies. I have started and structured probably at least 100 nonprofit organizations for clients, for family members, for friends, for colleagues. So I have so much history and so much experience and so much proof that what I teach and what I provide as a coach and a consultant works, that I'm 100% convinced that it can work for you. So if you're a business owner, if you're a ministry leader, if you're a pastor, if you're just an individual that's looking to scale your income and you want to figure out new creative ways to take your finances to the next level, I'm sharing information with you on this show every day that can literally change and transform your life. Right now on YouTube alone, we currently have over 1,800 videos, most of which are videos that provide some of the most valuable content you're going to find on the internet. And guess what? The programs and the services that we offer, like our business and financial training program, like our coaching program, like our consulting services, these programs and services are some of the best you're going to find on the internet, probably in the market today. I get people that tell me almost every day that I talk to people, whether these are people who just randomly call in, whether these are people who sign up for some free product that we offer or some event that we offer. When I talk to a lot of these people, and even when my team is on the phone every day. My team is emailing and texting and talking to people every day, at least every Monday through Friday when we show up here. And we always have people, whether they are clients or whether they're prospective clients or leads, we have people that always tell us regularly that our programs and our products are very inexpensive, they're reasonable, and they are better than a lot of the products and programs that they have been a part of with other internet gurus. So I'm very proud of that. I'm humbled and honored by that. And I wanted to give you this spiel because we get a lot of new people who watch this show every day, and a lot of people just don't know the type of work that we do and the impact it's making, especially when I'm not like 1 million subscribers strong on YouTube. I only have a couple thousand followers on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and LinkedIn, less than 10,000. Together, it may be more than 10,000. But just when you look at my social media activity, when you look at my social media channels and my profiles, and when you look at my following and my subscribers, sometimes you don't always see the impact that we're making. And it proves a lot of things. I'm getting ready to get into my discussion today, but it proves a lot of things because sometimes You can follow people on social media. You can be listening to people on social media. You can even purchase products and services and be a part of programs from people on social media. And I ain't trying to throw no shade, but sometimes you can do those things with people who might be way more popular and have bigger followings, and there's no substance to what you're getting. It's not helping you with whatever it is that you're doing. But I know as a business consultant, as a coach, and as a trainer, we can help you start, structure, and at some point scale any business, any ministry, any income stream. So you don't have to own a business or a ministry to use the information we share. But if you do own a business or a ministry, or if you intend to, I'm telling you, at some point, you're going to have to get to the point that you are properly structured, and you have the right systems and processes, and that you've allowed a professional, a consultant or a coach or somebody who has the experience to look at your products and your services to see what exactly are you doing. Are they priced right? Are they packaged right? Are you presenting them right? Are you marketing yourself correctly? Are you building a brand? Are you properly positioned in the market? Do you have the right infrastructure? Is your organization set up the right way? These are questions that are common that a lot of solopreneurs, a lot of self-employees, a lot of individuals, a lot of small business owners have, and they never get the answers because they never put themselves in a position to listen to people like me. So with that being said, thank you for joining the Ramonepreston Show today. And I want to talk to you for a few minutes about the 5 keys to crushing it in the next 5 months. The 5 keys to crushing it in the next 5 months. So what if I told you that these 5 keys could actually be implemented and executed starting today in your life personally, in your life professionally, and in your life financially, and these 5 keys could help you crush it for the next 5 months of this year, okay? So as we prepare to move into the month of August, that's month 1, September, month 2, October, month 3, November, month 4, December, month 5. So what if I told you that you could take these 5 keys that I'm about to share with you, and you can implement them and execute them beginning today, and guess what can happen? You can crush it within the next 5 months. I want you to crush it. I do not want you to be a victim. And guess what? Even if, like some people are saying, let's say if we're not in a recession, you got one half of the country saying we are in a recession. You got the other half saying we ain't in a recession. Listen, who cares? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to act like we're in a recession. And I'm going to do what recession-proof people should do. And I want you to think the same way. So let's just hypothetically all assume we in a recession. And while the world is going on recess, while the world is contracting, we going out to play. We are not contracting, we're expanding. And so I want you to use these 5 keys to crush it for the next 5 months. There are going to be a lot of millionaires that come out of this season and cycle that we're in. There are a lot of multimillionaires that's going to come out of this. There are a lot of billionaires that are going to come out of this. Listen, there are a lot of trillionaires that are going to come out of this. And so wherever you are on that broad economic spectrum, I want you to expand. I want you to lean in, and I want you to implement and execute what I'm sharing with you. So let's get to it. The 5 keys to crushing it within the next 5 months. All right. Key number 1. The first key to crushing it within the next 5 months is you must lead, and I want you to write this down, lead with lots of attitude, lots of information, and lots of service. This is the first key. This is the first key for crushing it within the next 5 months. You must lead. So that means you can't be no follower. That means you always have to give yourself permission to take the initiative. When nobody else is willing to do what needs to be done in the next 5 months, you got to be willing to do what needs to be done in the next 5 months. And so the first key to crushing it, August through December of 2022 is, first of all, you need to lead, and you need to be leading with lots of attitude. What do you mean attitude? What I'm talking about is how you present yourself. Your attitude needs to be bright. You always need to see the cup as half full, not half empty. In other words, your attitude needs to be optimistic. It don't need to be pessimistic. Your attitude always has to be able to lead you to the brighter side of things. It doesn't mean you don't acknowledge the bad. It doesn't mean you don't acknowledge the worst. It doesn't mean you don't acknowledge that things are crazy, but it just means that you choose to give yourself permission to acknowledge the bad, but accept the good. And to believe that your attitude can determine your altitude. There are going to be a lot of people who lose in the next 5 months just because they don't have the right attitude. And when you don't have the right attitude, you're going to become unattractive to people who may have done business with you in the market. So I already know there are a lot of people who are attracted to what we do just because of our attitude. It may not always be because we're the most popular. It may not be because we're the most known. It may not be because we're the most inexpensive, but your attitude can determine your altitude. So this is the first key to crushing it for the next 5 months. Lead with lots of attitude. So that means you got to think big. One of the most biggest, boldest phrases I use on a day-to-day basis is, I'm doing amazing. Life is amazing. God is amazing. I choose to be amazing because I want everything about me and my life and my environment and my team and my family and anybody that's around me. I want it all and them all to be amazing. And I want to set the precedent. I want to set the standard. In other words, I want to lead with lots of attitude. And when you lead with lots of attitude, it makes it easier for you to lead with lots of information. Okay? Lead with lots of information. What do you mean by leading with lots of information? Here's what I mean by leading with lots of information. Stop waiting for people to pay you to give them whatever it is that you have. Start leading with your information. Start making videos on social media, sharing valuable information that can solve the problems for the people who find you. Start leading with valuable information through giving away ebooks and free tips and steps for people to grow and be better in whatever the area is that you do business in. Maybe it's ministry. Maybe it's nonprofit service. Maybe you are like me. You're a coach. You're a consultant. You're a trainer. You're an educator. You're an influencer. Well, if you're going to be a social media influencer, you should be influencing people with the right information. Even if you're not the millionaire mogul like Ramonepreston. Well, guess what? Find a millionaire mogul like Ramonepreston and become the conduit through which whatever that mogul knows can be distributed through you. Use your social media platform to get others out there, to give people an opportunity to hear the people you listen to. This is how you lead with lots of attitude and lots of information. It amazes me how many people I consult and I coach and I educate and I train about business, about finance, about real estate, about investing, about sales and marketing, about all these things that make up building wealth. And a lot of these people don't even take the content that I share for free and share it on their own social media platforms. I'm not your competition. I can actually be an enhancement to you, because if you ain't got the information, why don't you share the information? Think about all of these media outlets. Think about all of these major networks: ABC, NBC, MSNBC, BET, VH1, and a lot of these networks or platforms don't even have a lot of original content. A lot of them have other people who produce content or who come up with ideas for shows, pitch it to them, present it to them, and they just distribute it. There are a lot of record labels that do the same thing. These record labels and these distribution labels, all they do is take other artists' information and content and they distribute it. So my point to you is, you need to lead with lots of information, whether it's information you have or it's information that you can facilitate giving to other people. If you got people that follow you, that watch you, that support you, that believe in you, but you don't have information to help them in certain areas, find people that you can align with and give them that other person's information. Stop feeling like you're gonna lose an opportunity and lose business. No, you're gonna become valuable, especially when it seems like we're in a recession and the economy is volatile. Things are chaotic a little bit. There's a lot of turmoil. This is when you lean in, you lead with an amazing attitude and with a lot of information. And then you also should lead with lots of service. So that means you need to start making yourself available. I have one of my spiritual daughters who, she has 2 businesses. She is in a corporate, like, professional role with a company that she works for, and she's worked for years. Now, this is a spiritual daughter. She's an amazing young lady. She works a full-time job as an executive, and she has 2 businesses of her own. The reason why I know, because I've coached her and I've literally helped her put her businesses together. But guess what? She understands leading with lots of service, and guess what she does? She comes into our office once a week, literally for free, as an intern, not just to get information from me, but she comes here to serve. But because she's in an environment, because she's in an ecosystem, because she is available to serve another business owner, guess what happens? She gets access to everything any other employee has. It's like one of the greatest hacks ever. And this young lady, she used to be a client in our coaching program, but she figured out how to lead with lots of attitude, lots of information, and more importantly, lots of service. And so now, because she first approached me and said, listen, I just want to serve you. I want to help you. I see where you're going. I see what you're doing. And here's her perspective. Her perspective is, I see myself one day working full time in your business. And because she approached me like that, she said, I want to at least give you one day a week that I'll come in, and whatever it is you need me to do to help your business, to help you grow, to help make things easier, I'll do it. Well, guess what? When she first approached me, the first thing came to my mind was, I can't let her come in here one day a week and still pay me to be her coach. So the first thing I did was what? Eliminate that bill. Nope, you ain't got to pay me to be your coach no more. Don't worry about that, because I can't let you come in here once a week to be that valuable and that much of an asset to me, and I'm still charging you to give you coaching. So guess what? That not only saved her a lot of money, thousands of dollars a year, but it also gave her thousands of dollars of opportunities, because as an intern, she's learning things that most people will never learn on any job, and I know that. So the first key to crushing it in the next 5 months is lead with lots of attitude, information, and service, okay? Number 2, the second key. Key number 2, you must deploy A and E over A and C. You must deploy A and E over A and C. What is A and E? A and E is action and execution over A and C. This is analysis and contemplation. So this is the second key to crushing it in the next 5 months. You must deploy. What do you mean by deploy? Well, when someone joins the military and there's a war or there's a movement with a base, guess what happens to some of those servicemen and women? They are deployed. So you have to deploy. You have to assign and send for your business, for your success. You have to deploy action and execution. Right now, at least within the next 5 months, all you should be thinking about is how you can take more action in your business, how you can create more opportunities for execution in your business. Now, if you're saying, what type of actions should I be taking? What type of things should I be executing on? You should be taking action, making sales, marketing yourself. Me showing up 5 days a week on a show like I have for the past year and a half now, guess what? It's all about me taking action and executing on what I believe I'm supposed to be doing. My team shows up every day. And guess what my team is doing? My team is emailing people. My team is serving clients. My team is following up. My team is making calls. My team is scheduling presentations. My team is working every day. They're taking action and they're executing. We're not just sitting around in our conference room, twiddling our thumbs, wrecking our brains trying to figure out what we gonna do, how we gonna do it. What you think we should be doing? Do you have any ideas? Who cares? Let's take action. Let's execute. So the second key to crushing it in the next 5 months is for you to deploy action and execution over this mess called analysis and contemplation. Everybody analyzing. Well, what do you think the next 18 months are going to be? Well, we need to project the details of what we're going to do. Well, we need to quantify and qualify and measure the metrics on A, B, and C. No, you don't. Take action, execute. Take action, execute. Take action, execute. And watch this. If you're not taking action and executing, you got to ask yourself why. Why aren't you taking action and executing? Maybe it's because you don't know enough. So if you're not calling people, if you're not setting appointments, if you're not giving presentations, if you're not marketing yourself, showing up on social media, if you're not sharing more information about what you're doing, if you're not knocking on doors, I don't care if you're a nonprofit, if you're not soliciting sponsors as a nonprofit, if you ain't trying to grow your church, if you're a pastor, you ain't working on growing your church. This is the part of business. This is the part of kingdom business for those of you that are in ministry. If you're not doing that, you got to ask yourself why. Most of the times you're not doing it because you don't know enough. So your confidence is tied to your competence. You're not competent enough. That means you don't know enough. So maybe you don't know how to sell. Maybe you don't know how to market. Maybe you don't know how to do social media. Maybe you don't know how to put the right programs and products together. Maybe you're not sure about what you should sell. All of these are signs that you need people like me, coaches and consultants, to help you. I'm telling you, this is a game changer. So number 2, deploy action and execution over analysis and contemplation. If you're analyzing everything, I know people every day who show up to their office, get in front of their computer, go to their business location, go to their church location, go to their executive office, and all they do is browse the internet all day and goof off and fumble a couple pieces of paper like they doing something. That ain't no action and execution. Listen, even in church and in ministry, when I first planted my first church, this was 15 and a half years ago when I planted my first church. That church still exists today. That church is thriving, successful. It's a healthy, wealthy church. My wife is the pastor of that church like she has been for 3.5 years. I pastored it for 12.5 years. I ain't even talking about my business. I'm not even talking about what I do in the for-profit space. I ain't talking about what I do in business. Just as a nonprofit, as a pastor, as a church planner, when I planted my first church, I didn't have no members. So we didn't have what a lot of people have now, where you have interest meetings. We didn't know anything about that. Back in 2007, when I planted my first church, we didn't know nothing about interest meetings, and we didn't have a lot of these networks and associations that can give you the resources and the training and the tools and the information you need on how to start a church, what your budget should be, what type of infrastructure you're supposed to have, what systems and processes you need, how much equipment you need to start out with, what your startup costs are, how much capital you need to have, reserved. We didn't have that. All we had was a word from God, and you move on it. But guess what I had to do every day? I had to go and knock on doors. I had to pass out flyers. It's the same with business. When my wife and I started our 2-person real estate team, this was 19 years ago, actually 18. It was in 2004 that we went full time. Guess what we had to do? We had to call people. I remember my wife and I, we didn't have no technology. It wasn't no cloud-based systems that we had. We had QuickBooks, but it was a desktop version, and we really didn't even know how to work it that well. This was 18 years ago. But guess what we did? We got pieces of paper. We wrote down names and numbers. I don't even think we wrote down email addresses. We were writing down physical addresses because emails were not really that big of a thing 18 years ago. We was writing down names and numbers. We got a company that would make brochures, and they would literally every quarter send them to people that we gave them addresses for, and you pay a fee. It was kind of like a marketing service. Guess what? We would call these people. Who do you know that need to buy a house? Who do you know that need their toilet fixed? Who do you know that need their carpet pulled up? And guess what? We worked our business that way from the ground up. And that's action and execution over analysis and contemplation. Now, let's get to number 3. The third key to crushing it in the next 5 months. You must treat your brain and your business like your baby. You must treat your brain and your business like your baby. This is the third key to crushing it in the next 5 months. You must treat your brain, I'm talking about your brain, right? You must treat your brain and your business like your baby. So now, if you've never had a baby, you probably don't understand it like someone who has a baby. But if you don't have a baby, think about if someone let you hold their baby. Have you ever held a newborn baby? Have you ever held an infant? Have you ever babysat for someone? Have you ever played the guardian or the surrogate for someone? Like if someone just let you hold a newborn baby or an infant just for a few minutes, you feel a sense of responsibility, don't you? Like, I'm so funny when it comes to newborns. I like to wait a couple months before I hold them. I would prefer for them to be maybe a couple months old because their head moving and they can't handle it, and I'm holding them and their head and I'm stiff trying to hold them like, come get them, come get them. I still don't know how to hold babies, and I got 2 babies and 2.5 grandbabies, and I still don't know how to hold a baby, okay? But here's my point. I must treat my brain and my business like my baby. Because if I have to hold a baby, I'm not dropping that baby. If the baby starts squirming, the baby gets my attention. I'm concerned and worried. So if a mom or a father lets me hold their newborn, if we're dedicating the baby or baptizing the baby or christening the baby, even now, I'll hold the baby and the baby start moving. I'll ask the parent, are they good? Is their head good? In other words, I feel a sense of obligation. I feel a sense of responsibility. I feel a burden to make sure that nothing happens to this baby. That's how you should treat your brain, especially within the next 5 months. You should be feeding your brain every couple hours. You can't wait until you come to my mastermind at the end of August to feed your brain. You can't wait until you go to an annual conference to feed your brain. You can't wait until another best-selling book come out to feed your brain. You got to feed your brain like you feed a baby. If you treat your brain like a baby, how many times a day do you got to change that dirty diaper? How many times a day do you need to feed that child? How many times a day do you got to pat that child on the back to burp them? You got to take care of the baby. That's how you need to treat your brain. You should be feeding your brain all day. And you should be burping and changing your brain every time you get bad information. Because you can learn something right now like you learning on this show, and within the next 30 to 45 minutes, you forget half of what I said. Because you didn't take action and execute, you got caught up watching some goofy video or some breaking news, and it just totally threw you off for the next 30 to 45 minutes. You got to treat your brain and your business like your baby. You should be feeding your business multiple times a day. You should be figuring out in your business how you can learn and earn more and more every day. Your learning is your earning, by the way. So that's the third key. That's the third key to crushing it. Treat your brain and your business like your baby. All right? I'm giving you game. Number 4, the fourth key to crushing it in the next 5 months. You must build a business model that consistently cash flows. Most business owners and solopreneurs, they never figure this part out. And most of them don't figure it out because you can't tell them nothing. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and I'm saying this out of respect, and I ain't gonna get ghetto, but I'm gonna say this out of respect. I have never in my life come across as many arrogant, prideful, and egotistical entrepreneurs like I have just within the last 2 years. Like, literally. I'm being honest with you. I've been an entrepreneur full time for 19 years, but the last 2 years, ever since this pandemic, I have come across more arrogant, more prideful, more egotistical, more ignorant, more goofy, more ridiculous entrepreneurs than I have in the first 17 years of my entrepreneurship. And most of these entrepreneurs that I'm talking about, The reason why I consider them to be arrogant and prideful and egotistical and just ridiculous and goofy is because a lot of them, you can't tell them nothing. They think they have figured it all out. And then they look at successful entrepreneurs and business owners or pastors and ministers. They look at people who are successful and they think they've cheated their way to the top. They think they finessed their way to the top. They think that they did something wrong or slimy to get to the top because these individuals never paid a price. Like, I have sat down with hundreds of entrepreneurs, many of whom have never even paid one time in their life for a coach. Many of them have never paid to be a part of a mastermind. Many of them have never paid to go to a conference or to some type of event on a regular basis to learn. Many of them are not even a part of any groups. Even pastors, they don't have no covering, they don't pay their tithes, they don't give, but they want everybody to do it for them. It's ridiculous. You cannot and will not attract what you are not. Okay? You're not going to do it. So number 4, build a business model that currently cash flows. How do you build a business model that currently cash flows? Well, if your business model that you have right now is not cash flowing, if you don't have cash flowing through your business on a regular basis, then guess what? There's something about your business model that's broken, and you have to accept that. I had to accept that. I thank God so much for my wife, because my wife has been like my biggest accountability partner. So I have a spiritual covering. I have somebody that covers me and my wife, a spiritual covering, an apostle that holds us accountable, that makes sure that we do right by our church, that we do right morally, that we do right professionally. I need that. My wife is one of my accountability partners as well. I have other mothers and fathers and leaders in the faith that hold me accountable, even morally and spiritually. But I also have a business mentor, a business coach. I have consultants, people that are more professional than me, whether they're lawyers or whether they're tax experts, people in those spaces that are consultants. They might not be coaching me, but they're consulting me, and I have to pay to have them in my phone, that I can call them, that I can email them, that they respond within an hour, right? But guess what? I have to pay them to be that to me, but they know more than me and they hold me accountable. I have a business coach. I have somebody that coaches me professionally, mentors me. All right? And I have to do the same things that I want my coaching clients to do. I have to show up for my coaching calls. I have to pay on my own dime and travel to events, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for hotels, for rental cars, for plane tickets, for me and for my wife, for training every day for my team. I have to pay for this stuff, but guess what? I want that because I want to make sure that I have a business model that actually makes money. And so if you want to build a business model that cash flows, you got to make sure that you have the right structure. Anything your business model does that creates cash flow is probably going to be built around structure. You got to have the right structure. You're going to have the right systems. You're going to have the right processes. And most likely, you're going to have the right people, including you. You got to be the right person. And if you're not the right person, you got to train and educate and grow so that you can become the right person. A lot of times, when I assess and analyze a business that someone starts, when I get to this part, the people part, a lot of times I can tell if that person is the biggest problem. And it's not that this person can't become a better person, it's just that the current version that you are as an entrepreneur or a business owner is not good enough for your business to consistently cash flow. So you got to change you. Because if you got the right structure, I got my holding company, I got my LLC, I got my domain, I got my logos. Okay, I got my systems, I got my processes. I know about all this. Because again, that arrogance start coming out for some entrepreneurs. Oh yeah, I got that. I got that. I'm always, when somebody always telling me that when I'm talking to them and I'm trying to coach them and give them information. Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. Oh yeah, I got that. Oh yeah, I got that. And they ain't got nothing. Because you saying you got all that, but you ain't got this. You ain't got consistent cash flow. You ain't got it. So my point is, you got to build a business model that consistently cash flows. And number 5, this is my 5th and final key to crushing it in the next 5 months. My 5th and final key for crushing it in the next 5 months. Are you ready for it? Drum roll. You must stay connected to coaches, consultants, mentors, and models. Now I'm gonna share something with you about this before we go. I'm gonna share something with you about this. You must stay connected to consultants, to coaches, to mentors, and to models. Now here's what I want to share with you about this. If you're listening to me, you're paying attention to me, this is the 5th and final key to crushing it in the next 5 months. If you want to crush it in the next 5 months, this is the 5th key to crushing it. You must stay connected. Here's what I want to explain to you. First of all, your coach, your mentor, your model can actually be the same person. So even though I'm using plural, coaches, consultants, mentors, models, I do not recommend for you to have multiple coaches. I'm not going to, of course, if you have like a fitness coach and a health coach and a business coach, that's different, okay? I'm not saying you can't have multiple coaches if they are in different areas of your life. So you may have a spiritual coach because your business coach might not really focus on the spiritual things, right? They may be spiritual, but that might not be their strong suit. You may have a health coach because your spiritual coach and your business coach may not be a health coach. You may have a fitness coach, different than your health in terms of your eating. So it may be a health with regard to nutrition. So if you have different coaches in different areas of your life, you may have a relationship coach, somebody who just helps you with your marriage. So that's fine. But what I'm saying is you should not have multiple coaches in the same area. Like you shouldn't have 3 business coaches because you're getting 3 versions, 3 opinions, 3 perspectives, and most likely when you get that many versions, you don't know what to do, and you're not going to do anything. It's kind of like when you Google a certain topic, or when you go to YouTube and you type in a certain topic, you get millions of videos that come up. You really don't know where to start. So if you go and type in Google or YouTube, how to repair my credit, you're going to get 15 different people just in the first couple videos to tell you, oh, you should do this. The other video, you should do that. The next person, 3 ways to do this. Then somebody else is going to tell you, don't worry about your credit. Somebody else is going to tell you, your credit is everything. You're going to get confused. You have to get focused on who can you find and align yourself with that resonates with you and go all the way. Like my business coach, when I found my business coach and aligned myself with my business coach, my wife knew that, my team knew that because they know how I am. I was like, I'm not looking for nobody else. Now, if it's somebody within his ecosystem that he elevates and gives a voice to, I'm going to listen to them because I know they're in alignment with him. But other than that, I'm not going out listening to everybody. And I've heard other people who have some good perspectives, but I'm disciplined to stay focused I'm disciplined to do it the right way. And I'm disciplined to give up possible advantages for other people because I know I got to stay focused on one thing. I did that in ministry, and that's why my ministry is successful, because I had one spiritual covering. I had one person who gave me the direction I needed. I had one person who showed me what I needed to do to start my ministry and to really lead people and to become an amazing leader in ministry. And I followed that person's guidance, mentorship, and still do today, because I'm not listening to everybody with their own opinions about what I should do in ministry. And as a result of that, my wife and I, we're 19 years in, and we still have a successful, strong, healthy marriage and ministry because I decided to follow a mentor who had a strong, healthy, successful marriage and ministry, right? That's how it works. I do the same in business. So you must stay connected. I'm going to tell you something. One of the biggest hacks, it's probably one of the greatest hacks in history, is the fact that you can pay to be coached by somebody who can literally move time out of your way. So where you would have to wait 10 years to figure something out, you can do it in 10 months. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like, I remember when I first joined my mentors and coach and his mentorship and coaching program. I remember when I first joined it, literally I can remember it like it was yesterday. The day I joined it, my business took off. Like, it just seemed like my business changed. Within the first month, I probably made 10 times more than what I paid for the program within the first month. And we're talking about a 5-figure coaching program at the time. It was a 5-figure program. I made 6 in the first month. I'm telling you no lie, I got receipts for it, so I know what I'm saying is true. So you got to stay connected. So those are the 5 keys to crushing it within the next 5 months. Number 1, you must lead with lots of attitude, information, and service. It's kind of like give, give, give. Number 2, deploy action and execution over analysis and contemplation. That means like speed has to become your new big. You got to move fast. Number 3, treat your brain and your business like your baby. That means learning is earning. Learning is earning. The more I learn, the more I earn. Number 4, you must build a business model that consistently cash flows. You have to have the right structure, the right systems, the right processes, and the right people. And you have to keep investing and reinvesting into those things, including yourself, until you become a better version, until your business becomes a better version, your products and services become better versions, systems and processes become better versions. And number 5, you must stay connected to some type of coach, somebody who can mentor you, somebody you can model after, who's showing you what success in business looks like. And so I want to challenge you, if you don't have that coach, if you know you don't have the answers and the solutions you need to get your business, to get your money moving, to get your ministry. That's one of the advantages I have as a coach and a consultant and educator. I do both, and I do both well. And I'm very grateful to that, because it took me a long time to figure out how can I succeed in business and ministry without compromising either one and without diluting myself and ruining my reputation in the process. I've done that, and I've created programs, I've created products. All of the things that I offer in my coaching provides you with the best resources, the best support, the best strategies, and the best solutions. So I would love to take a few minutes to talk with you about what we can do to help you. If you're looking for a coach, if you need somebody to really help you figure out what type of business structure you need or want, we have a program that can help you. So I could tell you a little bit about our coaching program. It's a 1-year program. So we give you at least a year. And you don't necessarily have to go the year. I mean, if you want to go 30 days or 90 days, we'll make that available for you. But what we offer in this coaching program is one-on-one coaching sessions. We actually start you out with an initial one-on-one coaching session. We also give you access to our online business and financial wealth building system. And we really direct you to what courses you need to take once we go through our initial coaching session with you. We have weekly coaching calls. We host quarterly workshops to help teach you how to start and structure your business, your holding company, your divisions. We show you how to integrate the right systems and processes in your business. And we literally walk with you on the sideline as coaches throughout the process of you scaling your business to 6 figures and beyond. So if you have questions that you just need some information on, if there's some things you would like to know, or maybe you would just like to share with me what you're doing in your business and what you want to do and where you're having some problems at and what solutions you would like to know about, all you have to do is text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. Just text the word millionaire. We make it easy for you. When you text this number to us, we're going to reach back out to you and we'll just ask you a few questions to see where your business is, or if you don't have a business, what you're looking at doing. We'll talk with you about the best structure. We'll show you how we can help you put it together. We can show you what programs we offer and what best fits your criteria. And once you identify with the program or the service that best fits your criteria, we can process your initial payment. We have a payment plan option as well. We can get you onboarded, get you started today so you can start training. We can schedule your one-on-one coaching session, and we can help you get to 6 figures and beyond. We're doing it every day for people, and we want to help make that happen for you, especially because you should be focusing on crushing it in the next 5 months. So text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an amazing show on this Friday. I'm super excited as we prepare to go into the next month. For the last 5 months of this year, I want you to crush it. I want you to win, and I'm here to help you. If you have any questions, just reach out to us. Please give me some feedback in the comments. If you don't mind, would you just leave maybe the biggest takeaway? Maybe there's like a big takeaway you got from today's show. Just drop that takeaway. What was the biggest thing you took away from today's show? And also, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube page. Even if it asks you to log in or sign in, take a few minutes just to make sure that I have your subscription. It means everything to me. And while you're at it, you can go over to Google and you can type in Ramonepreston Enterprises. And when you type in Ramonepreston Enterprises on Google, you're going to see me and my business pop up. I would love for you to leave a star review or maybe a written Google review. If we've brought any value to you, if we've given you any information, any support, any service, anything that has made your life better, your business, your ministry, your finances better, please subscribe to my page. Please leave a star review or a Google review or both, and make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. You can find me at Ramonepreston. That's all I ask. Of course, I would love to partner with you. I would love to do business with you. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. Text millionaire to 404-478-7213. All the programs that we have, all the services that we provide, all the products that we sell for coaching, consulting, and training, you can find all the information, the prices, on Ramonepreston.com. That's Ramonepreston.com. We're very open and transparent. We tell you our prices straight up. We show you the benefits of our programs, our products and services, and we make it very clear that our intention is always to do business with you. I don't hold back from that. I want to do business with you. I want us to win together, and I want us to change this world, and I know we can do it one decision at a time. So I love all of you. Appreciate you. I'll be back here Monday, this upcoming Monday, with another edition of the Ramone Preston Show. Have an amazing weekend. I'll see you on the other side.